Hey guys, welcome back. It's Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
And Captain Marvel. So there was a clip released on the Associated Press earlier today. Zachary Levi, who plays Shazam, made some comments about the comparisons between Shazam and Captain Marvel. And of course, the friendly media pounced on the opportunity to use it to smack down the detractors of Captain Marvel.
Well, I actually shared this this morning, and I talked about it some. It's not really what he said, because I think he was very professional in what he said, and I don't completely disagree with what he said. I actually agree with what he said for the most part, but immediately what I slapped down was this whole idea that we should stop giving a voice to individuals expressing negative misogynistic views, which he did say that, but they kind of amplifying it. But what I was mad about is, well, who decides what's negative? Because criticism is not the same as negativity. And I'm tired of seeing this whole idea that if you don't like something, you're automatically a troll, you're automatically negative. Meanwhile, a lot of media sites legitimately troll by the definition of trolling, and they bully, and that's okay. But if somebody's expressing a negative misogynistic view, that you're not allowed. Meanwhile, the media sites oftentimes, if will scream misogyny, and and there's for example things like The Last Jedi or She-Ra or whatever, and there's a bunch of women saying I don't like it. Well, it's misogynistic trolls, but what about the women? Well, it's misogynistic trolls. What about the women? Oh, they don't exist. It's misogynistic trolls. Women love it. And who decides? That's what I
the media does. So they basically just take fragments of whatever. And I think, I'll be honest, I think Hollywood is a bubble, and I think what's actually going on is a lot of these people, I think, are given bad information, and they sort of well, I heard about whatever, and gosh, that's awful that these hateful male Nazi bigots are harassing people, not really looking into the situation. Then we have a situation like Clark Gregg, where he's clearly knows what's going on, and he's just
Well, I would like this comment on here. He's right. How hard is it for some people not to be assholes? I don't know. Ask the media, because they're the ones who are perpetuating it. But here's what he said, and I don't completely disagree with what he's saying. I just think they're going to take the takeaway is not what he
right.
Unfortunately, there's only been a few female-led superhero movies, but I didn't really hear a lot of misogyny around Wonder Woman. And to be perfectly honest, the misogyny that I have heard about around Captain Marvel is quite small. Unfortunately, people who are negative online get amplified, even though they have very few followers.
Can I pause for a minute? The difference we're talking about, misogyny surrounding Captain Marvel, is small because the media kept screaming it was one thing, and the fans were like, "That's not what we're mad about." We didn't get mad about Alita. We didn't get mad about Wonder Woman. We're mad about being told that, some of the comments that the actors made, some of the some of the other things going on, the media was perpetuating. That's what they were mad about. He's right. It was a very small group of if there's true misogynists out there, it was a very small group, if there was any.
Yeah, that was not the complaint. Most people,
right.
He's like, again, that's very important. Don't remember there being a misogyny around Wonder Woman, because there wasn't.
I don't remember. And there's a very small amount about Captain Marvel, and he's right. It was very small. The media was making out to be something that it was not. People were not hating on Captain Marvel because they were misogynists. And if there were, it was a very small group of people. Most of the people who were out there saying things was nothing to do with misogyny. Anyway,
followers or whatever that is, that becomes a story, and I think
you're right.
Best
it becomes a story, and they run with it because they make it a story even when there is no story.
Always correct when people are lying. Don't let lies continue, because that will start affecting other people.
We try our best.
But I don't think it's important that we. I think it's probably more effective that we stop giving them a voice. Yeah.
I agree. We need to stop giving some of these pop culture media people a voice, because their voice is shit.
Yeah.
And that's not what he's saying. I mean, I agree with him. You're looking for these people that are promoting negativity, trolling. I agree. We really should stop listening to these people. We really should stop listening to these people. I 100% agree with you, Zach, on that.
Yeah, I do.
100%. And wait, I'm sorry, I didn't pause it. He kept going on.
Probably more effective that we stop giving them a voice. Yeah, if they're going to be negative with it. Yeah,
if they're going to be negative with it.
Oh wait, so is he saying, well, if they're going to be negative, we need to take Rotten Tomatoes away?
That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I went off on Twitter today. And then, of course, the AP runs with that right away. who decides what's negativity? Who decides what's, we're going to get to there in a minute. Who decides what's trolling? Because quite frankly, I've seen several people talk about, well, the trolling of Rotten Tomatoes. Yes, there definitely was trolling on Rotten Tomatoes score. I'm not going to lie about that because there was. However, there were total groups that were promoting going to vote it down, and there were also large groups going there to vote it up, both of which were artificially affecting the scores, both of which are forms of trolling. And what trolling means is basically you're trying to incite, stuff on the internet to elicit emotional responses. That's what these media people keep doing over and over again, and the fandom is mad at the media, and the media is doing more to ruin these films than anything.
I would agree with that. I mean, this is the thing, and this is what I'm talking. These guys, I think, live in a bubble. They're not. I don't think they're really out there reading a lot of these pop culture blogs. I think they're getting information. It goes through a filter because they're too busy actually, making a living.
Well, he does say he was seeing it on Twitter before. Yeah, but go ahead.
But no, I was gonna say. The problem is that the pop culture blogs especially are making an issue. They're magnifying and they're picking like the worst examples. They're magnifying and lying in many cases.
They flat out create the examples.
They flat out create because they need the drama. They need the hits. They have imaginary enemies, and they actually do more to damage the film's reputation than a lot of times the people working on the film.
They deliberately go out and call names and try to elicit an emotional response from fans by trolling them and calling them names. And then when fans do respond, see, I told you it's fan. Oh my gosh. When I was a kid, my sister used to harass my brother. And he'd tell her, if you don't knock it off, I'm gonna deck you. And she'd keep doing it, and she'd keep doing it, and he'd put up with it so long, and then he'd deck her. And then she'd go run into my mom, and my mom would say to her, well, you deserved it, because he told you to stop. And that's what this reminds me of, and she was a little kid. So these people are acting like 4-year-olds. They're acting like 4-year-olds, because that's how 4-year-olds behave. They deliberately set you up to get angry, and then when you get angry, see, I told you, look at that. Look at that. Never mind what you said.
Look at the mess you made.
So now this has gone into all these articles. You can go ahead and talk about the different articles you found about the Zachary Levi first.
Okay, so of course the Mary Sue Pounce is on it. The Mary Sue Pounces. Zachary Levi is not here for toxic fans playing Shazam against Captain Marvel.
Well, he did say some stuff. There's a clip here, and I'll try some of the stuff he said on this one too. And then we'll read the articles. The article's garbage. Anyway,
well, it's Mary Sue. What do you expect?
Well, here, we don't have to go over all of it. He just says, right here, I'm not affiliated. I've known Brie for the years. He's basically said he found out about it on Twitter. He's like, I think she's and talented. By the way, she doesn't need someone sticking up for her. It was me trying to talk to people that I thought they were doing me a favor, because people were saying go see Shazam instead of seeing Captain Marvel. And he's like, I was like, you can just say you want to see Shazam. You don't have to go and speak ill of somebody else in order to raise me or my movie up. Really? I agree with you. First of all, I agree with what he said. I do agree with that. Let's examine this, shall we? If you want to go see Captain Marvel, you don't have to trash Alita. Pick any of these above. These people went and trashed Alita before Captain Marvel came out, and some of the other ones, they were trashing her about her design, about her body being problematic, about
she's too sexy,
whitewashing, all before it came out.
Whitewashing.
Because so I agree with you. You can say, I want to see Shazam and not bash on Captain Marvel. You could have saw Alita, but they all kept bashing on her because people wanted to see Alita over Captain Marvel. And now they're using, they had a fan movement to go see Alita. Yeah, because you guys kept pissing on her about over Captain Marvel.
I think what it was too was it was like, you're going to call us misogynistic trolls, like we're not going to support a female-led movie. No, we will support a female-led movie as long as it doesn't have this stink attached to it,
right?
And there was a lot, with some of the comments Brie Larson made with the marketing of the movie, with the shenanigans with Rotten Tomatoes and all this other stuff. But people still turned out because they wanted to support a female-led movie. And again, Zachary Levi is correct when he said this did not happen with Wonder Woman.
Right.
He is 100%
correct. He's correct in saying you can say I want to see Shazam, but I happen to poop on Captain Marvel. But he's right. And the media, you need to take notice because he's right, and you are the ones who perpetuate this. Go look up the Google News search article thing you did. You did a search on Captain Marvel and trolls. Tried to sing Captain Marvel. Shazam says, why are you so against trolls? Which is not what he said, actually. Says that's for Captain Marvel equals big defeat for trolls.
Yeah, I know.
They're calling people trolls. We've seen people call it what? Douchebag, man baby, fanboy, misogynist, sexist.
Bad faith, boycott. battery trolls.
Time to stop feeding the movie trolls. Yeah, I agree. Why, Hollywood Reporter, stop feeding them. You are the trolls. That's what I'm saying. It's like these sexist trolls. And people kept saying, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm mad about. And they don't listen because they kept wanting to perpetuate this thing. They deliberately go out and troll people, bully people, perpetuate. Even if people were like, okay, well, fine, we'll go see it. They're still slapping on people. They caused more damage to these properties than they just kept their damn mouth shut. And if you take away the trolling of fans, you can still have the same article. You still can get across the idea of why you liked it, go see it, without having to troll people.
Yeah, and again, it came down to a lot of comments, made by Brie Larson too, and they talk about that. They point out in the, well, how dare she called a feminist movie?
It really wasn't.
It wasn't really. Like I said, the stupid comments made by people working on the movie, the stupidity around and weirdness surrounding the marketing and the Rotten Tomatoes thing, that hurt Captain Marvel more than anything.
I know. And then these articles keep going about, like, they keep saying about that people are, they aren't supporting Captain Marvel because of Alita. And it's like, as they're bashing Alita, where I've been at this whole time, and you can look back at my other articles, other videos, and you'll hear me say this. I would think they'd be happy that there were two strong female leads in movies that are doing really well at the same time. They want more females. They keep pushing this. We want more women. We want more women. We want more women. Okay, great. There's two women that do two movies led by women that are kicking ass. But we can't have that at the same time.
Well, okay, so...
I'm just like, what the hell?
Because they get digs in. Like, this is, Pajama? Yeah, okay.
It's those sexist men that were trying to stop...
Sexist creeps pitting Captain Marvel against Alita. But then you got to read some... Okay, so Battle Angels suddenly become the scrappy underdog and bastion of real feminism to the same dudes who think two women...
I'm a woman.
Two women in a room at once is a sign of a hostile gender takeover. Even James Woods has gotten in the act. Don't see Captain Marvel, they shriek. Support a strong female character in a movie that doesn't hate white men. Then down here. But the men of Alita Battle Angel aren't why these guys are suddenly so desperate to elevate this film to new heights. Their interest lies with Alita herself, a cyborg with incomprehensibly mighty powers who is also hopelessly naive. She's kick-ass but still needs a boy to teach her all about life. The born sexy yesterday trope is all over the film, although it is remarkably less fetish robot
well, let's talk about her getting
than
bigger
this narrative.
Okay, but you know what? It's really a shame that they're right. Yeah, there's still a scene where she heals herself and grows bigger boobs. Okay, you know what though? Here's the thing. We're so glad that Captain Marvel came along and they didn't worry about the way the bodies look. And they didn't worry about sexy things like hiring a butt double. Oh wait. They did.
Yeah, I know, right?
And it's like, so, and we don't need a boy to teach you about life. But the bad guy in Captain Marvel, if you've seen it, I mean, I guess it's a spoiler if you haven't, stop now. But the bad guy in Captain Marvel was the one who trained her in her powers. She needed a man to teach her how to use it.
Yeah, that's a fair.
They'll say, well, she learned how to use it herself at the end. Yeah, but up to that point, all she learned how to fight and everything was taught to her by a guy. So she needed a boy to teach her about how to do this stuff.
Well, yeah, but
it's the same thing, honey.
He put the patriarchy chip on her neck, so he limited her innate feminism.
Yeah, because it was the AI chip on her neck. Is that was took to their AI. It was obviously a man.
Let's just watch her punch an old lady in the face.
I'm just like, it's funny about this article because they go off saying that these sexists are pitting them against each other, as the person in the article literally spends half the article pitting them against each other. It's like, and I've been here the whole time as a woman saying, why not both?
Yeah.
Why can't we have Alita and Captain Marvel? People can go see what they want to see.
And same with Shazam. Like, the thing is that, I think Zach Levi, word of caution, right? Do not get on the fans' bad side. Do not attack fans.
Don't set Shazam for failure. And it's not going to be him, because I think he was being very diplomatic.
He was being very guarded. You can see he looks very uncomfortable answering this question.
I think I would not want to be him. I think he's being very diplomatic. But even if he doesn't say the wrong thing, even if he says the right things, the press is already taking it. And Zach Levi says that you're all trolls and it's going to hurt Shazam because they're already starting a fight to hurt the movie because they won't keep their damn mouths shut. So my tirade on Twitter was about the fact that, who decides, criticism isn't negativity. Necessarily. Just because someone doesn't like something, they're not misogynist, sexist trolls. They just don't like it. And that's okay if they don't like it. And they're allowed to like something. And that's okay if they like something. But I'm tired of this whole, if you don't like what they say you should like, then there's something wrong with you. And there's nothing wrong with you. They just don't like it, and that's okay. And these media people need to understand that they have to stop the damn trolling. And for all there's trolls ruining Rotten Tomatoes, they're trolling. There's other people trolling to vote it up, and they have said nothing about this. There's lots of proof of it.
Yeah, it's basically Hollywood being pissed off by middle America. It's Hollywood and the media. This is my personal opinion, but Hollywood and the media want to control the airwaves. They want to control what you watch, and they want to control, what's presented. And they don't like giving middle America a voice. This is why they're kind of anti-YouTube, anti-Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, that Mary Sue article, I guess they went on about YouTube and Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're censoring people to only your narrative is coming through, but you guys are trolling people. You are trolling, you are bullying, you are deliberately starting fights constantly and keeping it going constantly, and then you're yelling about why are these trolls acting this way as you are trolling them to make them do it in the first place.
Do you take a
Just stop.
Stop it. Just stop it. You take away people's voice, they get very resentful, and they yell louder and louder and louder until they are heard.
It's a vocal minority.
Oh, God. And this is what's happening. And Hollywood is not equipped for this. They weren't prepared for this because I think Hollywood and the media have been controlling the story for so long that they're used to people just believing whatever they
people
say.
Aren't believing it anymore.
No.
And the thing is, you're better off. Do yourself a favor, media, and I'm telling you this. Do yourself a favor. Just stop, because you are causing this. If you actually cared, I know you don't, but if you actually cared about these IPs, if you actually cared about as much as you claim you do about this stuff, you would not troll people all the time to get them mad and cause rifts to make this bigger issues for these IPs and all that. But you don't, because you just want clicks.
Yeah, pretty much. You want to stay relevant, but attacking middle America, attacking people with different opinions is not. You're just hastening your own demise.
We're seeing people off.
Yeah, you're pissing people off, but we're seeing these news organizations go under left and right because they're tired of it. They're tired of being told what to think, what to do,
and that they're bad people if they don't agree.
And that they're bad people. So
this whole idea of if you don't agree you're a bad person is ridiculous. It's like kindergarten.
It's like, Zach Levi, I like you. Please don't be a douchebag.
I think he's trying very hard.
Please don't be a douchebag.
I think he's trying very hard to be diplomatic and not be a douchebag. I'm just hoping that the media doesn't run with this and make him out to be a douchebag, which Mary Sue and them already are.
Yeah.
And it's going to hurt Shazam because they're already starting. I don't have more of the words.
So
they're starting already.
They're starting already, so we'll see. I was actually thinking Shazam was going to outdo Captain Marvel.
We can't have that, can we? Think about it. We can't have Shazam outdo Captain Marvel because Captain Marvel's a woman. And Captain Marvel's a big deal because she's the first, she's supposedly the first MCU female character, lead movie, which that's not true because they've done the movies before that. But, they probably want Shazam to fail because everybody's saying they wanted Shazam over Captain Marvel. Well, they don't want that. So, they're probably doing this to make it fail.
I don't know. But Zachary Levi, you're going to be a very, very interesting place in the next couple of weeks. Just don't say anything really stupid.
And you'll be okay.
Well,
actually, I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about the media. But
yeah. All right. So we're going to wrap this one up?
Yep.
Okay, guys. Please subscribe to Clownfish TV for more pop culture news, views, rants, gaming, videos, art videos, and more. This has been Neon and Geeky.
Bye.
Goodbye. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.